same, whether it be an Outworld, the Netherrealm. You know, they're all the same.
I was digging. I won't deny. I was digging a little tushy on the 3,500-year-old Sindel there.
Sindel's pretty sexy, man. She's very out there. If that makes sense, you know.
Yeah, she kind of, you know. I looked in her eyes and I'm like, are those contacts or is that just really the way you are?
all the years of MK kind of brainwashed you there, James. She's definitely sexy though.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the Gundam style video with all of them.
Yeah, that was the most fun one. But you know, we shot 2 videos that day. We got the anniversary coming out, which is just purely like what we started out doing. So that one will be really funny.
Well, I mean, like I said, you know, I've put the word out there, you know, for bodies and everything to reach out to you guys through Riot. I mean, if you want to give out Twitter and all that stuff, you're more than welcome to right now. And,
yeah, man, and we, you know, like I said, we welcome everybody to join us. So, hey, I'm going to pass it off to Rodney. I'm going to go get some more drink in me. But hey, nice talking to you guys. You guys are fucking great.
All right, man, you guys rock, man.
How you guys doing? What's good? Luke Kang here.
What's up there, big titty man?
Yo, big titty. My big tits was just fucking singing some "Let It Rock, Let It Rock." Had the whole bar jumping.
Yo, does chocolate milk come out of those titties or no?
Chocolate milk? I mean, sometimes it's like a caramel mocha, frappuccino, but most of the time it's chocolate milk. Yes.
So let me ask you this. You know, I never even asked you. How long have you been doing this for now?
I mean, it started around last year at Halloween, but I mean, as far as acting like a psycho out in public, I mean, that's probably something I've been doing since high school. if you want to like go way back, fucking, like me and my boys used to do talent shows and shit. Like I was in the chorus class, whatever, and like every year there'd be a talent show, and it's like, all right, you know, me and my boys who's like in this one little section of choir, you know, I guess we'll like do a little sing and dance kind of shit on stage just to, you know, showcase our retardedness. So we'd like go do a little choreograph kind of dance shit and sing, and we got 3rd place and 1st place a bunch of times. So like I guess it kind of started there, for me at least. And then going to college, you know, they had like little. I mean, they were like talent shows, but it was kind of like a showcase kind of thing where it wasn't like a winner or loser. It was just everyone like, you know, sings and dances, does whatever, and you know, me and a couple people did that also. And then and I guess Halloween last year was the first time we actually filmed it and put it out there for people to see and shit. So I think that's when we actually started, you know, getting serious with it, you know, as opposed to just doing it for fun.
Did you catch the pic that I put up on Facebook of you doing the flying kick to the snowman, which actually turned out to be the perfect Luke Kang kick?
Yeah, I seen that. I seen it on last week's show actually when you guys were talking about our video. And whatever, and you're like showing you some pictures and stuff from the video, and you're like, yeah, I got fucking Luke Kang doing the flying kick perfectly at Frosty. I think that picture was pretty cool, actually.
I got a bunch more that I was snapping when nobody was looking. That was very ass appealing. I mean appealing.
Jade, I'm guessing, huh?
Oh, Jade and Sindel. I dig them both. And Scorpion's ass wasn't looking too bad either. He's got a tight little tiny tushy there. In jail, I would get like 5 Snicker bars for that ass.
It was mad funny because a couple years ago, I actually did for Halloween. I was actually Captain Planet, and I had this like tight, like light blue spandex outfit, and everyone just looking at my ass like, damn, look at this guy's. He got that fucking ghetto booty right there, and I'm like, nah, I can't fuck with the spandex really. So I haven't really done spandex after that.
Well, listen, because it sounds like you're freezing your ass off. I can hear the shivers. I'm going to let you guys go. I appreciate you guys coming on because I know you guys weren't, and, you know, I want to dedicate more time. So what I want to do is let you go and try to score some cooch. And we're actually talking about some tournament matchups and stuff that's going to be going on. And I've already played the video once. I'm actually going to play the Gundam style again before the night ends. I just love, even though I'm sure it's going to come up with a copyright. I'm sure. Did it last time, Natus? Natus walked away. I love when he does that.
Natus not there.
Yes, okay.
Yes. Okay. Did it come up with a copyright?
Yes, Gundam? It did.
So I'll play it towards the end. But I'm gonna get you guys on. I want to get get you all on as a crew. Get the whole video thing like we did that last time. Get everybody shoot the shit and see if we can start recruiting for you guys.
That's what's up, man. I mean, as always, like anyone's welcome to come as long as they're not gonna freak on us. I mean, seriously, like on a serious note, like we really love you guys. You guys, support us. We support you guys equally. You know what I'm saying? Anything you guys need, let us know. I mean, anybody who wants to be part of the group, let us know. I mean, like not everyone who's been in the videos has been from around here. Like some people have come from New Jersey, Pennsylvania, whatever. Kind of close, but not too far away either. So, anybody who wants to come, definitely come join us. We're open. We're not like a closed group. We're all fun. We're all down for
I can vouch for that, guys. I mean, they're just as cool. They are part of this MK community, without a doubt. They're guys that you could chill out with. And had we had more time, I say we could go get beers. And if I didn't have a bracelet on my leg preventing it, I definitely would have had more beers.
Yeah, man. Thanks again. Yeah, we really appreciate you guys. I can't wait for the next time we get to see you guys. All right.
But once again, man, I appreciate you guys taking the time from your bar fest. And I wish I was there drinking with you right now. You don't know how bad. And you guys have yourselves a freaking Merry Christmas, and you get that Saint Prick and bust his ass when you find him.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, man. Everyone who won't get the chance to say happy holidays to, happy holidays, happy New Year, safe holiday and safe New Year's. Get fucked up, but not too fucked up, so you can't watch the videos,
All right, man.
All right, man. Good talking to you guys, all right?
All right,
good one. Peace, bro.
Later.
I gotta say, those guys, hanging out with those guys for the day, they are some of the funniest fucking guys I've ever seen, man. Even the chicks were hilarious. But anyway, to spin back to what we were talking about with the matchups and everything, so I mean, if PL does somehow manage to go for it, have we narrowed down some of the undercards that could potentially?
I would say go for at least. Let's see if we can get 2 undercards in there. 2 other matches that would be interesting, because like I can tell you guys, I would say Carl will lean towards it. If people don't troll him about it, if he gets some encouragement from the right people in the community, I think he will go for it. He's a very impulsive guy, so I know the first time I threw it at him, he did decline it, but I told him, look, the offer still stands, think about it. So let's give him some time, think about it, and you guys who talk to this guy, who have contact with him, you're the ones that need to explain him the possibilities behind this, and let him know that, show him your support. Show him that, listen, if you do this thing, win or lose, you guys are going to back him. You know what I mean? Other than that, I would say let's find 2 other matches that can lead up to that match that we can have on this night. Of course, like I said, the main factors are entertainment, so it has to be matches that will be interesting. That's where character selection might be something. I guess in Mortal Kombat, mirror matches are not as boring as they are in other FGC games. Like, a money match no one would ever want to see is Justin Wong against Ricky Ortiz, because it's Rufus against Rufus, and everyone's gonna just walk away. But you can have a good Kung Lao versus Kung Lao, and it'll be the most amazing thing ever. So I guess having mirror matches is not really a problem. The entertainment factor, the fact that it's not lopsided, so it has to be debatable who would win. And of course, traditionally, if there's a run back, it's a little bit more interesting as well, because you're always wondering, okay, this person lost that one match, but can we see if they can win it back with more higher stakes on the line? So I know 16-bit is probably going to be in the mix somewhere, especially if him and Chris don't play by then. It will be probably interesting to see them play by the time VXG rolls around, because by then Chris G would have been playing a lot more. So that idea has grown on me a lot more, especially in terms of the betting now. Like I said earlier, the Street Fighter guys and the Marvel guys are going to put their money on Chris G, because that's the guy. You know what I mean?
So maybe we should make a thread on TYM or MKU to see what most hype-up matches people would love to see in the community.
I'm sorry. I'm listening. I'm just actually, Rolando. I have our friend messaging me right now. Uh,
Oh boy.
Oh, you're talking to our boy?
Yeah. I was
All right.
just talking to him. So.
All right, no problem. Let's see if.
Anyway, no, I'm back. I just sent him a message.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. It's just a Merry Christmas.
Right.
I gotta say, you know what? I've had countless guests on the show. Kari Tagawa is by far the most chill person I've ever, in my experience, and I've met tons of people, famous people, not famous people. He is just such a laid back, cool, very mild, good-natured, spirited type of person. Like the type of person that no matter what, you can, I mean, the guy could turn around and rob you and you'd be like, it's okay, because you know what, you're just so cool. He's just such a very at peace person. I really can't explain it, and I'm not one that gets crooned by too many people, but just a straight up all around nice guy.
Yeah, he definitely is. I can speak the same thing. I mean, I haven't had the opportunity to meet him as yet, but speaking to him on the phone, it was my first time speaking business to a Hollywood actor. You know what I mean? In St. Martin, the Hollywood people come around all the time. If I go to the clubs, like Drake was in the club last week, had a couple words with him, like, hey, what's up?
What's a Drake?
Told him a little bit about VXG. Drake, the singer. Come on, James, get.
I thought that was, isn't that Cupcakes or some shit?
Oh man. Recently we spoke to Soulja Boy, who's gonna be coming to VXG as well. Originally he was coming to VXG to perform at our parties, but actually Soulja Boy is a big Halo player, so he's going to be in the Halo tournament as well.
I think I saw that. I think I saw that.
Yeah,
tweet,
I saw that Halo commercial, that documentary they were doing with all the big name rappers and shit.
Yep, Exhibit and all those guys. Yep, I posted that link a while ago and kind of teasing it out there, but I think it's pretty much set in stone. People know by now that he'll be here at VXG, so. Why would you want Soulja Boy anywhere near you? Yeah, he's definitely not as cool a cat as Kari Tagawa. Kari Tagawa is, for someone that has been so accomplished in so many things, in martial arts, in movies, and still that he's willing to come and give back to the gaming community with his whole Shang Tsung persona. You have Shang's army. Like, as a matter of fact, I think everyone in this chat, if you're not following Kari Tagawa's yet, you need to be doing that, like right away.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna look for him right now.
Yeah, get that link up there, because you know what, everybody, and I speak from the heart. He's somebody that. We debate with the MLGs and the TOs and all these people. This guy just gives a shit. This guy just loves people, and he loves this community. He loves, hearing the stories that people tell him about, the beefs in the tournament scene, and he enjoys just being around it. He's Shang Tsung, the character, but Kari, the person, is one and the same. He's kind of like, and when we had him on last week, was it last week? Yeah, when we had him on last week, the whole point is, even though he's a bad guy, I could follow him. He's kind of like that bad guy, that bad character that you're like, you know what, there's a reason why he's a bad guy, and I can deal with that. So he's definitely a cool cat. Definitely a cool cat.
The funny thing about Shang Tsung, though, like, at least in the movie, he's a bad guy, sure, in the eyes of Earth. But let's turn this around and look at the citizens of Outworld, who believe that this tournament, have been told that this tournament is necessary for the of their realm and blah blah blah. Shang Tsung is just doing what his emperor. He's loyal. He's the most loyal person in all of Mortal Kombat because he's so loyal to the emperor. No, he doesn't question the motives of taking over, the other realms. He just does it. To me, it's a pseudo bad guy. It's a guy that is bad for what he needs to do. That's the way I look at Shang Tsung. It's by far my favorite character in the movie. Watching that movie, he really made it.
Yeah. Oh yes.
I think the Liu Kang did pretty good as well, acting wise. Christopher Lambert, in my opinion, was spot on with Raiden. I think his Raiden was perfect. I know you don't like the fact that he's not Asian,
yeah,
James, but I mean, I can look past that in terms of the character. I mean, there hasn't ever been a Asian Raiden actor. I don't think I've ever seen one. Even like in the cartoons, it was voiced in a person with an American accent.
Yeah, there has been nobody.
So the only time he's depicted as an Asian, and that's kind of, he has Asian clothes, but his eyes are white. So how do you know he's really Asian or not, right? Like, you can't really see if he has like Asian eyes. So I don't know. For me, Christopher, I like Christopher Lambert.
I think he's a great actor. I thought, like I said, I just, you know what it is, because, of Big Trouble Little China and their version of A Raiden, I kind of, I look at him as that was the Thunder God.
But that was before Mortal Kombat, though.
Yeah, but Christopher Lambert was like the educated elder god. Like, he had this appearance of like a scholarly. I can't even say it.
Mm-hmm.
A very scholastic Raiden, but he had this tweak of comedy in him as well. So as an actor, I think he's a phenomenal actor. Let me just finish this here and send this. He wants to see a movie I mentioned to him. What was that book you had mentioned? You guys can continue talking without me. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to...
It's all good. So, again, to Khaotic Tagawa's Twitter, everyone, please follow him. You should probably mention that you heard about him already, make sure you mention that on Blast Show. And
oh yeah, he got a lot of that last week.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he got blew up last week. And his videos got a lot of views already. I think he's like almost 500 or 400 something views already for his teaser video.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Have you submitted that to Event Hubs?
Yeah, and unfortunately didn't post it.
You know what? Fucking Event Hubs, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But I'm gonna bite my tongue. I'm gonna bite my tongue for you fucking natives. I'm biting my tongue. But everybody in this world could suck my dick. This way it's not generalized to the specific people that I really want to tell suck my dick to. But it's like, what, we don't stroke the right people the right way all of a sudden, and it is what it is. Hey, Mr. SonicFox, what's up there? I didn't see you pop in here.
He's been talking for a while already.
I'm just bouncing around here, man. Fucking.
It's the return of SonicFox.
It's the return of the Fox.
Triforce is in the chat too right now.
Triforce is here too. Damn, fucking A. I didn't see his. I figured he'd be too busy playing his fucking Wii Poo.
Listen, don't be talking about the ambassador of Nintendo's product like that, boy.
Man, you give me a power glove and I'll show you an ambassador.
Thanks for the compliment, MK Finest.
Most memorable moment for MK 2012. For me personally, PL winning Evo.
Wait, say that again?
PL winning Evo. PL winning Evo.
MK moment for
2012. PL winning Evo.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. But when you talk just a single moment, indeed, yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Nah, my moment would be Gamer Blake losing to Tyrant when Tyrant came back on him.
That was another good moment, but
That
PL
was
winning.
that was extremely hype moment.
But PL winning back to back. I cannot, call me fucking Pinocchio without the lie, man. I can't tell a lie.
Man,
As much as I broke his balls, as much as I broke his balls,
5K, he loses a lot of respect from me.
Dude, yeah, but at the end of the day, 2 Evos back to back after PL turning around and coming from nowhere, and doing mediocre high level playing for the whole year.
He was trolling.
Nah, he wasn't trolling. He wasn't trolling. He earned his win at Evo. I ain't gonna deny that.
Yeah, but he loses respect for not taking 5K, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, I mean that is what it is.
That is left to be seen. That is left to be seen.
Yeah, well, hopefully he changes his mind. But as of right now, he lost a lot of brownie points, man. Lost a lot of brownie points. He showed this. He showed he doesn't have any grapefruits on him, man.
It would be
we'll leave it to
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. It's up to you, man. You make it happen. If you can, that's it.
I will announce this. I can officially announce that come 1/1/2013, we will be joined by the Anointed One on this show again.
Huh?
The Anointed One?
2013, we will be joined by the Anointed One again on our show.
Who the fuck is that?
Jesus? That's the one I know to be the Anointed One. Southside Jim agrees with me. I thought he's talking about Jesus.
Exactly. Jesus is coming on the show. I ran out of guests from the MK world, so I had to go get Jesus, guys. I mean, I hope you guys are cool with that, but I'm bringing Jesus on the show.
You got him 1 week after his birthday?
Exactly.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah, he was like, I'm going to go to a strip club, but I'll definitely...
You're going to hell.
Nah, God loves me.
Oh, damn. Yeah, Vic says you can call him next week after 11. He'll be available since you're looking for the Anointed One.
As far as the Anointed One, we will be joined again by Mr. Shang come next week.
Oh, that is the Anointed One. That's pretty good.
The week after?
Next week.
Next week's New Year's.
No.
What did I just say? New Year's Day.
1/1/13.
Oh,
okay. So he will be on. Okay, gotcha. Right.
Oh my God.
I didn't feel get any.
What kind of drugs? What kind of drugs do you do?
Dude, you all getting no emo about me fucking early about the fucking holidays.
Yeah, I've reached out to Michael Jai White. That's something I have been working on for a week or so.
Oh wait, any more news about Casamassa?
No, actually, he hasn't gotten back to me. I think he might have been a little, I don't want to say embarrassed, but, that he didn't make it. And I think I was kind of like, don't worry about it. And he was like, nah, I'm sorry. Kind of like, I let you down. I'm like, nah, dude. So I'll hit him up again. These guys ain't going nowhere. Everybody's got jobs. Everybody's got things going on.
Well, I know. I'm just asking. I didn't know if you heard from him again.
I know you think I do nothing but play with my pud, but, I'm out there fucking hustling and playing faces from A-Team, making shit happen.
And you're sober doing it.
I know. And you know what? Fucked up, guys? I think, and this is going to be really fucked up, I think after I get my fucking bandana taken off of my leg, I don't think I'm going to drink anymore.
Oh, hell no, because we have an arrangement at Winter Brawl. Don't you forget that shit. I'm bringing a bottle of guava berry from St. Martin. You're bringing that moonlight stuff, and we're having an exchange at Winter Brawl. So you can't back down on me on that, James.
Yeah, I know. I got it. You know what? I got other people counting days down. Peer pressure. I just give into it all the time. You know what was the worst? Yesterday, my wife and her mother were depressed, and they wanted me to go out and pick up some booze for them. So I pick up a bottle of Wild Turkey with honey and some vodka, and I'm walking around the liquor store, and I'm like, oh, I like that, and I like that, and I like that, and I'm like, I can't drink nothing. I got a refrigerator full of beers. I'm like, I can't touch them. I started to think to myself, well, maybe if I empty out the beer and fill it up with like soda pop, it'll give me the illusion that I'm drinking. But I don't think that's gonna cut it. I gotta get 16-bit drunk. Yeah, the moonshine. I still got another bottle of the moonshine. So at Winter Brawl there will be moonshine. I'm gonna get.
Yes.
I'm gonna get 16-bit trashed. I don't care what he says about him not drinking. I'm gonna be the first guy to get him trash. He's gonna wake up. He's gonna wake up and he already looks like the dude from The Hangover. He's gonna experience shit. He's gonna be like, what the hell?
He's gonna be like, these buckets are great.
Mike Tyson gonna come knock his ass out. Hey, Southside Jim, man, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I mean, it's, you know, I actually, believe it or not, it's kind of ironic. I mean, I drank when I was younger, you know, in your late teens. And then when I had turned 21, I didn't drink. And I hadn't drank from the age of 21 till about 35. And then I started drinking at around 35, right around the time that I just about got married. Right around the time I just about got married.
I'm trying to understand this, because, like, how does, I mean, like, I respect it. I just don't know how one goes so far in this society without having at least casual drink with coworkers or friends, or, you know, you go to it's a wedding. There's just like a billion reasons where at some point in your life you're gonna have a couple glasses of alcohol. So that's pretty.
Cheech asks, like, you know, why can't most people have fun without alcohol? I can have fun without alcohol. I mean, shit, dude. I have fun doing the show. I obviously for the last 60 days I ain't had a freaking drink, but for me, you know, like, people have asked, like, well, why do you drink? It really is the social aspect of it, and as well as the social aspect of it. It'll make you. It'll take some of your inhibitions away. I mean, obviously, you don't want to go into a club and rip your dick out and start dancing on the dance floor naked. That's stupid. But, you know, if it puts you in a more relaxed, it's a quicker Valium, you know, to put you in a mellow mood. Unless you go to that level. There's certain drinks, for example, for you non-drinkers out there. Gin is called the sneak up and stick it in your ass when you're not looking drink. Because you can drink gin, you know, 10 weeks in a row, and it'd be like, wow, this was cool, this was cool, this was cool. And on that 11th week, you wake up in your own piss, shit, and vomit, and you're going, what the fuck happened? You know, it's one of those drinks that, there's certain drinks that, like, shouldn't be, like, drinking or drank in more than a casual setting. You know, I mean, I know people like that were hooked on scotch. You know, I knew a guy that was drinking. He had cash. He was drinking Johnny Walker Blue 2 bottles a day. You know, and it was like, damn. You know, fucking. That's called an alcoholic. You know, I mean, my real addiction, which I will not deny. I mean, as if nobody on this show couldn't tell, it's these. You know, they kind of do me dirty. And ironically, I didn't start smoking until I was 21. You know, everybody's like, oh, did you start smoking when you were like 12, 15? I'm like, no, 21.
Oh, you were a late starter.
Yeah, I started smoking, and I forgot. I don't even remember. You know what? I was actually working on Mortal Kombat 1 when I started smoking.
Damn, Mortal Kombat caused you to smoke, huh?
I mean, look, you know what? I know that 16 Bits, you know, working over at MRS, and he can vouch for what crunch time is. You know, he probably deals with the stress his way, and this was like, for me, my way of dealing with it. You know, it hits you. You know, when you're sitting there doing fucking 16 to 18 hour shifts, you know, for 5 days a week. You know, after a while, it just kind of wears and tears on you. And I don't even know. A bunch of the other guys there smoked, and I was like, "Yo, dude, give me it." You know, that's.
So who was the culprit that actually gave you the cigarette?
I don't even remember. It was a girl. The first cigarette was a Newport.
Man, that's the one thing I don't get. Because I have lived 27 years, going on 28 in a month, and I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. Like, of course, I've tasted it, but the minute that entered my mouth, I was like, oh no, my God, how the hell do people do this? So I'm like with Suckside Jim on the smoking side of things. I can't take smoke.
Good.
I hate cigarettes.
Don't ever do it.
Pig is a big anti-proponent of smoking. Sometimes I want to kick him in the nuts for it because he's too vocal with it. But I mean, I can't begrudge the guy and say he's wrong.
Have you ever made an effort to quit?
No, my father turned around and told me, "Quitters never win."
I tried twice.
There's certain things you can quit that are good to quit. Like, you can quit failing, quit losing, quit wasting money, quit gambling, and you can quit smoking, and that's fine.
Yeah, two
But
times.
anyway, now I'm sounding like. Well, I got my best friend, actually, who's the president of EXG, Jeff Oliver. I got him 2 years ago. I finally convinced him to stop smoking, so I was very proud of that. But it's kind of annoying if you gotta, someone's your best friend, and we go out together. We have drinks or whatever. I go to him, barbecues, go to the beach. He's the one that's always smoking. I'm the one that's always not smoking. Like, if he's talking to me and blows smoke in my face, I'm like all paranoid and stuff. So it wasn't good for our friendship. So he played the bigger man and stopped.
Yeah, I wouldn't play the bigger man on you. Sorry. You'd be the shit out of that. I'd be like, too fucking bad. Either that or you need to find yourself a new best friend or start smoking. But, I mean, look, smoking is a horrendous habit.
The way he described it to me, and this was a very good example, he says, Rolando, for me to stop smoking would be like you never ever having sex again. I was like, it can't be that bad. Yes, he says it's that bad, if not worse.
You know what? My pop smokes the electric cigarette, and it's like, it looks like it blows smoke, but I look at it, I'm like, but at the end of the day, it's not a fucking cigarette. You could say whatever it is, you're still giving yourself a dose of nicotine. So really all you're doing is you're just exchanging it from a cigarette that's actually out of a pack to an electric one that plugs in that's just giving you a dose of nicotine.
From what I understand, the paper around the cigarette is actually the most damaging part, more so than the tobacco and the nicotine. I don't know if I'm right.
The menthol, but the worst part is when cigarettes are done with menthol. They're sprayed with a fiberglass compound that actually make it taste like menthol. So
right.
That's
the worst part. On the paper, right? That's not in the tobacco.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like a flake that they spray onto the leaf that makes it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you're to take it out, it's still. If you put it and rolled it up, it's still menthol. But that's the worst part. Let's be realistic. The worst part is the fucking tobacco. But those engines did it forever and they were fine. But they didn't put all the chemicals in it. I mean that was the part that made it the worst part was, the natural tobacco. We got like a reservation out by me, and my wife was trying to save me $1 or $2, and she's like, "Yo, I'm gonna go to the reservation," and like she was getting them for like $10 for 2 cartons. But dude, it was like fucking horrendous. It was like just pulling branches off of a tree and smoking them. So the chemicals actually at the end of the day do help, with the flavor aspect of it. But, like I'm getting a message. Hold on. Who am I getting a message from? Okay.
So, when is the Frosty Faustings tournament, DarKNaTaS? That's supposed to be coming up soon, right?
That's next weekend.
That's next weekend. Okay, so how's that looking for MK?
Wait, is it next week? No, this weekend. Sorry. For MK,
shit.
Who knows? I don't know how that looking. A lot of people don't consider Frosty Faust as a big major, so in a way it is, but it's not really a big one. So who knows? We don't know.
Anyone in the chat going to Frosty Faust?
16-bit should have the answers to this. This is his one of his babies. What's Frosty Faustings looking like thus far?
Well, there's a delay. Let's see. Frosty Faustings is plenty big, according to Global Defense Force. As a matter of fact,
That's not gonna be bigger than fucking NEC.
No. No, NEC, I think they said that, I don't know, it was a mixed number. It was 107 and it was 117 or some shit like that.
No, I think the final one was 108 when they
108.
counted the names. I believe it was 108 for the final count.
You know, Frosty Fountains is Saturday. So, yeah, so this Saturday. I'm actually, like I said, I'm making a trip out there. I'm going to go to the Galloping Ghosts charity stream on February 26th, if I'm correct. I want to make sure I'm right. And
26th.
Yeah.
That's right after Winter Brawl.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait. Hey, you know what? Yeah, that's right. 16-bit.
Winter Brawl is the 23rd and
I might be giving the wrong information. What's the date for the Galloping Ghost Arcade charity? I don't want to give the wrong fucking date for that.
Southside Jim said February 16th. I don't know if you're referring to the same tournament.
16th.
February
okay.
16th. Okay, because you're gonna have to plan that if you're coming down to the NEC. This time to go to NEC, I'm actually driving from New York.
From New York to where?
From JFK, I'm driving to Philly. I'm actually gonna come in on the Wednesday because I want to catch the Big Two. Then the next day on Thursday, I'm gonna drive over.
Yeah, which
That's right. You missed the last time to go to Big Two because they had to cancel it when you came out.
Right. Exactly. Like a couple of guys were there, but I didn't get to actually experience the actual Big Two, and playing the tournament and that kind of stuff. So
I forgot why'd they cancel it again? Was it because of the storm?
it was a huge snowstorm, man. That was like the worst snow I ever experienced in my life. And I mean, I'm a Caribbean guy, so
yeah.
there's only so much snow I've ever seen.
Guys, the Shang Fight Night 3 charity stream is February 16th. I believe it's 11 a.m. to 11 a.m. the next day. 24 hours. If anybody can get out there or just check it out, do your part. It don't matter what the charity is, as long as it isn't to buy fucking 16-bit or fucking Razor. Make sure you get out there and definitely follow it up and donate, because I guarantee you, no matter what it is, it's a good cause.
Wait, 16-bit has a Cali for Rio? Yeah, do you think Rio and 16-bit would be willing to do a match? No money involved. Where if Rio wins, 16-bit has to cut his beard off. If 16-bit wins, Rio will have to shave his head off. You think they could do something like that?
Shave his head off?
I was gonna say, damn, that's a little extreme, shaving his head off. I mean, I could shave your hair, but
well, Rio needs a haircut also, so why not?
Loser gets declawed.
Nah, they lose their hair. Listen, who won't want to see 16-bit's fucking beard shaved off, man?
I don't know. When was the last time 16-bit? When was the last time your beard was actually not there? He's gonna be like 1993.
1993. Shit.
16-bit. When was the last time you actually had no facial hair? It's like I came out. He's like I came out of the womb with this beard on. So what's up there, Mr. Pig?
I'm good, man. What's up? How you guys doing?
What's up, Pig?
Quiet little Christmas night. How was the Christmas with the kitty? And were you the cool daddy this year, or you were the clothes?
Are you? It says from ages 3 to 8. This large toy that we got my daughter. She's going to be 3 days after Frosty Faustings, and we got her a 12-foot long, 9-foot wide, 6-foot height. Yeah, 6-foot height. One of those inflatable jumps. You know those inflatables? You know that you get in, you jump around like those
with the balls and stuff in them.
Well, this one doesn't have balls, but it has the slide and stuff that you can slide out. But the inflatables that you go like parks and fairs and shit, and you see.
Yeah, like parties and stuff like that, like kitty parties.
Yeah.
So she has a permanent one now.
So now she's gonna have to fight her father like every other day to get in.
She is, yeah. Oh god, it's already started. But for real, she's the cool kid on the block. Every kid is like looking at that shit like, I want to jump. but,
Yeah.
you know, it's like that. It's like that kid in the 80s or 90s that got the trampoline down the street, and it's like, no, I want the trampoline. Do you remember trampolines used to be the shit?
Yeah.
What happened to trampolines?
They're still around. They're still around. But
Okay.
you know what it is? They're more, believe it or not, they're more geared towards like cheerleaders for training now.
Okay.
Than like just recreational. Like you don't see too many people recreationally buying them. It's like like it's like some cheer girl that's like actually trying to be like a college cheerleader, like she practiced on it. And by the way, guys, 16-bit said maybe 2000 was the last time he was hairless.
Wow.
Wow, 2000. That's nice. 12 years.
Damn.
But you know what I think happened with trampolines too, though, because I know there were like a lot of injuries, like thing happened. You weren't playing rough on them and trying to play Ric Flair and all that stuff, and I think a lot of people broke some hands and backs and necks on trampolines over the last few years.
Yeah, I think so too. I think trampolines are kind of fucked up if you think about it. They seem dangerous.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But you know what? I mean, I don't know. I mean, you got a kid. I don't have a kid, so my perspective is a little different from like that of a parent. But I mean, like I noticed something like in Connecticut, out of all the fucking places, do you know that they passed a law for all the high school students that play soccer that they have to wear headgear?
Soccer? What?
Because kids were heading the ball, and when they were heading it wrong, it was doing damage to the neck, the bones in the neck, and
what the fuck? That's dumb.
That's what I said, and I'm like, well, there's that one goalie over in England that actually wound up getting like a concussion and wears it now. But yeah, they wanted to put headgear on all soccer players, and I was like, that's kind of defeats the point. You might as well just put fucking shoulder pads on them too and let them go full contact. It's stupid, but like the same thing with like the trampoline thing. I don't know. Parenting now, and there was never a book when I was a kid. My parents didn't have, or should I say, my parents neglected to buy that book. And I tell them, I just left Christmas dinner tonight, and I was like, I grew up, I was a bad kid. There was no denying it. There was not enough schools on Long Island to keep me in. I got kicked out of them all. I mean, I made my parents gray by fucking 30. I made teachers gray after 1 year of me. But all joking aside, and my shit fuck, all my my diarrhea mouth and everything I say, at the end of the day, I'm very respectful to people. Like to the point, like to this day, if I see my high school football coach, it's Mr. Gorman. Where like I notice like the kids now, and it's funny because my kid's sister just moved out to Oregon, and she called back home for Christmas, and she called my mom Joanne, and I went, wow, man, if I was there, I would have smacked the shit out of you. You don't call your mother by her first name, and that's just that that mentality. So I mean, it's everything's so wishy-washy. It's like I said, even with our community. I'm sorry, guys, and you'll disagree with me. 16-bit will disagree with me. Fucking NFG could suck my NFGs. I don't like points. I don't like rating systems. It's survival of the fittest. I do believe that the top players should be rewarded buys. I believe every tournament should be based off of brackets, not pools. And I believe certain people should get a bye. Some people might get a 2-round bye. Depending on if Pig wins, second place for 20 tournaments in a row, there's no reason why you can't give him 2 byes in a tournament. Especially if it's like a 120-man tournament.
What about a 17-man major?
First of all, and you know what? I'm sorry. I don't want to put this guy on blast because you know what? Tetris Spirit was actually impressed me with his Baraka, especially coming from online to offline.
Yeah, he's good.
When I hear, or should I say, when I heard Shoe Dinky Dink jumping up and down that he won a tournament with Baraka, and then I found out it was like a 10-man tournament. I was like, really? Like, and I was, like I said, my biggest accomplishments with Baraka was at MLG Columbus. I was in, I think I got 23rd or 25th or something with him, which, I mean, was it absolutely stacked? No, I think I might have played your kid the first round, but I didn't care. For a Baraka, I was like, I'm happy with it. And then I've gotten 17th in a couple of other East Coast majors. So I was like, you know what, I'm content with that. And then he came out and, I won with Baraka. So I'm thinking like, oh shit, this guy like went out to like, SCR and like, blew everybody out with Baraka. I said, he must have finally found the secret tech that like every Baraka player has been searching for. And then I come and find out it's a 10-man tournament. And I think everybody used Baraka. I mean, it was ridiculous.
I think there was two Kanos, a Kenshi, a Baraka, and Quan.
How the fuck did Kenshi and Quan not win?
And Katana, that was it.
How did Kenshi or Quan not win?
Well, Quan was also Dink. So Dink played Baraka and Quan. So technically Quan kind of did win. But I think he played Quan one match, but he was mainly. He also played a Kenshi, I think, one match, and I think he played mostly Baraka. Yeah.
I mean, I'll admit this: at MLG, when I got in the the mid-20s or whatever the hell it was, my last match, I panicked. I was going against Swift Tom Hanks. I went with Baraka. He went with Sector. He beat me the first. The second one, I was like, I know he hates Kung Lao's. And I think if I give him the look that I'll punch him in the face if he wins, maybe I'll have a chance. The only advantage that did have is he didn't baby me, because usually we would baby Kung Lao's back then. So he didn't baby me, but he still beat him. And then after that, I was like, I think that was the last time, like at a tournament, I really tried to quote unquote apply myself with Baraka. But now there's a lot of Barakas out there, so I'm actually kind of digging it now. There is a little Baraka revolution that's grown a lot stronger.
Well, you already promised Shang Tsung last time that you're gonna come with your Baraka army. So I was thinking to myself, how many exactly is the Baraka army right now? Is it like 6 people?
No, we actually got probably about 15 to 20 Baraka players now. I mean, that's not, granted, considering the character, that's not too shabby. I mean, look, I'm gonna put CD Jr. on blast right now. It's not like I'm telling somebody I'm gonna go to MLG and use Sonya the whole tournament, only to find out that you never touched Sonya. I'm sorry, Kerry Hoskins, for being betrayed.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
But I've tried to stay faithful to Baraka, but it's not easy. It's very frustrating.
Well, let me ask you this.
What?
You're breaking up.
If you guys saw
what?
A little bit unrelated. Well, I don't. Do you guys see the interview with Kelly? Hello.
You're breaking up.
Hello.
What is going on?
You're breaking up.
Oh boy, this again.
We heard you say that you like to run around naked on the island with your penis in your hand. I don't know why we heard that, but that's what we heard.
Can you guys hear me now?
Now we hear you.
Okay, I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. Yeah, what I was saying is, did you guys see the interview with Sanford Kelly when he once again told people, basically, that the main reason the US players are losing in Street Fighter is because of pride. Like, they're all being character loyalists, and in his opinion, character loyalism is not professional gaming. What do you guys think about that?
Play to win. That's what I think.
Play to win.
Play to win. That's what I think.
Okay.
Play to win. I agree.
You're well known as a Kenshi player. You're saying you will drop Kenshi if you know it's not going to give you the best chance to win?
Absolutely.
Okay. That is the difference between the MK community and the Capcom community.
Well, I don't speak for everybody. I just speak for me.
I'll tell you that shit. I see this much more in the MK community than I do. Let's say I don't hear anyone ridiculing you for saying something like that.
No.
Like,
well, everyone ridicules me for other reasons, but it's okay.
Yeah, we got so much more. We got so much more to do. With.
Yeah, man. Well, the thing about it is, people can ridicule me all they want. Yeah, I have 8-2 matchups and 7-3 matchups. And hell yeah, I take advantage of. Who wouldn't? But the thing is, most people don't realize how to play those 7-3 and 8-2 matchups properly, so they end up getting their backs blown out. And I also defy every two. I guess we'll call it 3-7. I defy all Kenshi matchups 3-7 against Cabal and Kung Lao. I've only lost to one Kung Lao, and I switched to Melina and pulled it out. So for every bad matchup, for every good matchup, I've got equal bad matchups of just a strong disadvantage. So it is what it is.
Okay.
I mean, character. I don't know. And like I said, I try to remain loyal to my character. Have I fucked around with I fucked around with 85% of the characters. I mean, it's just some characters that like I've just had no desire. Like, for example, Freddy. I just don't, coming from the Mortal Kombat world, there's certain characters I just look at. And believe it or not, I fucked around with Kenshi. But to me, Kenshi reminds me of Jago from Killer Instinct. So he just doesn't feel like he belongs in the game. Same thing with Freddy. Like, their character style play doesn't fit everybody else's.
I like Freddy. I was a Jago main in Killer Instinct. That's funny.
So I mean that's but I mean I don't and there's a couple of other characters that I feel the same way about that just they don't click with that Mortal Kombat feel, in my opinion. But I won't begrudge somebody because if somebody finds out Rio is for example with Cabal, that's his choice of his character. And he does remain loyal to him. He can bounce around. We've all seen that, Pigs bounce between Melina and Kenshi. You don't see him knowing that there's supposed advantages to Cabal. You don't see him automatically jump and abandon ship either. So there is a sense of character loyalty. It's just to what level. Everybody kind of bonds to a character. 16-bit masturbates like 30 times a day to pictures of Katana. He will play Katana until Katana is the 3,500-year-old character in the game. That's the character he likes. Yeah. That's the character that defines him.
So is 16-bit going to be a player that is not going to switch? He doesn't have a pocket Cabal or a pocket.
Correct.
Okay.
He's got a pocket Melina.
Yeah. No, but it's a joke. And I mean that respectfully, because he would never bring her out. He would never bring Melina out in a tournament. He's had opportunities to where it would probably be more advantage to do so, and he hasn't done that.
Okay, so there is some people that are. Oh, okay. So if Cabal is the best player, the best character, or the character with the best matchups in the game, why aren't more people playing him, or more of the top players? Why don't I see more top 8?
All right, well, I got the same argument for you here. I mean, and let's be serious here. That when it all comes down to it, I don't really give a shit about tier lists or matchups, because it's what James said earlier. It's what I used to preach, and then I got sucked into all this dumbass matchup talk, because it comes down to the player behind the character. There are so many matchups that players defy, like good top 8 tournament players defy. And for example, like someone could tell me, well, you need to learn Kung Lao to take care of Cabal. That's not true, because I'm not a Kung Lao player. So what did I do? I defied the fucking matchup with my character. So like I'm always going to go to Kenshi versus Cabal, because like I learned it, I defied it, whatever. I made the comment earlier about switching because it's a general statement. Like if someone told me, you'll win a pot of gold of $30,000 if you learn this character for this matchup, guaranteed. I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, I'd be an idiot to say no, so I'm going to do it. But the question that you're asking, I'll tell you this. Here's the best way to answer it. It's the player behind the character. I can't play Cabal like Rio can. Rio can't play Kenshi like I can. Junior can't play Kenshi like I can. I can't play Jax like he can. Now the thing of the matter is, I use those as examples because Junior's tried Kenshi, got beat by Katana. I've tried Jax, I've gotten beat by Cabal. Rio's tried Kenshi, he got beat by 16 bits Katana. So we are who we are, and the longer we stay with our mains, and the more that we trust our mains, the better players and the better show we'll put on in tournaments.
Okay, now because where this, I saw for the first time only day before yesterday. I saw the match at Evo between Rio and Perfect Legend because in talking with him, I wanted to do some research on it and find out, okay, how have they been matching up before? In that match, he started off with Cabal. He lost, in my opinion, was a pretty close one. Then he went to a Kung Lao mirror, which he won one, and then he lost the next one, and that was it. Do you think if he stuck to Cabal, he might have won, or was that just not going to happen?
I think so. I think
I think so too.
One of the problems is, us as a community, we're like comic book sagas where, all of a sudden you have like the fucking Clone Wars, and at that point in Evo, it went into the Kung Lao Wars. Kung Lao all of a sudden became the best again. So people start to gravitate towards them and say, well, I got to get a pocket version of the best character in case something don't fall. And Rio lost faith in his character and went to what he thought was going to give him a better odds. And like anything else, you crapped out. I mean, there ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. But, like I said, I respect a person for character loyalty. But whereas I also said at the same time, I respect the guy that can play every character, and be able. But unfortunately, the game has developed so much over the time. I mean, me personally, being old school, I would rather the natural control is to be more simplistic, which unfortunately for somebody like Pig would wipe out his character because because your swords are based off of backs and forwards. Whereas like if you played MK, for example, there should never be a down one in any game. There should never be a down one. It's a move that it defies physics in a game. To put it down one in a game and say, okay, you're going to jump kick me. Your foot would technically hit me in the head. But for some odd reason, I could punch down one, hit you in the asshole, and pop you up. And then from that point, and don't get me wrong, like when you see like a Junior or a Smoke, do a down one into a bunch of standing ones, following them up with a dash punch or something, it looks pretty. But it's your character, for example, he doesn't have that advantage. He has it, but nowhere near like certain other characters do, to actually use down one to a point where it's almost an abusive move. When you wipe out the fact that you can jump in a game, something's not right. Now, I'm not saying you should be able to jump whenever you want freely, but it's like when somebody can cross up Smoke and get downed one out of the air, something's not right there. I wouldn't mind seeing a standing one, like old school MK, and this is my old school way of thinking, and this is where I become a relic. I don't mind a standing punch out of the air into some kind of set of combos, but that down one, it just irks me to death.
But that's been in the game from day one, though.
But I'm saying only in MK9 though. It's not been something that's been carried over, for years. I mean, it's the only one that finally went back 2D. I just don't think it's a feature that should be, or should I say, a move that should be in the game. Now, like the other thing that I was saying is the simplicity. If you want a game, because you hear a lot of people complain about tier list. This character is better than this one, and it's bullshit. This one should have this one. If you give everybody the same natural set of tools with maybe slightly advantage. Like when you go to MK2, let's say, or 3, chicks had a faster sweep. It was harder to punch this guy out of the air due to his frame size, but this guy it was easier to, and he had a slower sweep. That combination of game design when it goes in can work out, but unfortunately, like I said, for Pig, I'm sorry, I would kill your character because now you would have to turn his sword moves into actual motions. Because you can't just hold forward, and then back. What was it? Forward 2. What's his double sword into the lift?
I don't know, man. I just do back forward 2.
Back forward 2, or that's all you need. Back forward 2. EX or no?
No. Well, no. I like EX. I like using EX because I don't like meter. Like it just takes up space on my screen.
But it would simplify the game, and it would kind of. I think it would. Right now, the playing field is fucked up because in a sense of there's a group of 30 players off the top of my head that I can just randomly spit out, and those are consistently the top players. And then we can break it down even further, and we can go into like a top 10. And we can almost guarantee 8 of the top 10 are going to consist of Pig, 16-bit, PL, CD Junior, Rio, Maxter. Who else would I say is a guarantee in there? Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit.
And that
Tyrant.
And Tyrant. And that's 8 that I get. And then Dizzy and Waffles. And Waffles. That's 10 guys right there.
Yeah, our DJ TMIT.
And then these guys are the guys that skate in there, and that's why I'm always rooting for the Terry brothers.
Yeah, I love the Terry brothers
because they're the guys that when they're in there, people are like, oh shit, you mean PL got knocked out and Junior got knocked out and they're in, and and that's the moments that I like. That's what I love about this community is, it's not a guarantee. I wish there was more of that. And I said, and Pig, you and I spoke about this, during the MLG day with giving that nobody some exposure. Give him his 15 minutes of fame. That doesn't mean putting him on stream, and trying to put everybody on stream, but, giving a guy the opportunity that, wouldn't, he's always knocking on the door, like you as a perfect example, but in the opposite way. Taking the number 1 spot. Mm-hmm. You're the most consistent number 3.
Yeah.
And it's got to get frustrating as much, I know, as you say, you're competitive. I mean, 3 is nice, but 3 ain't what not what you're shooting for.
3's unacceptable.
I mean, but it is what it is, and at this point, you're knocking on that door of breaking through it, and it's like every time you're there, it's like, boom, back to 3 again. I mean, I'd be doing Harry Carry with Kenshi if, I got 3 so many times. Actually, for me personally, I'd be fucking jumping up as a pig and shit, but, I mean, just to be able to break top 8. But, that 3rd place spot, it's got to get frustrating. And that's why it's nice to see. I wouldn't mind seeing you. I don't know. I don't know if I want you to win. That's my problem, because I don't know if I could. I don't know if my head won't explode from the pop off and the battle roar. I could imagine. Just imagine this: Evo 2013 grand finals. Pig the Hut versus fucking 16-bit. How you guys would both self-implode yourselves at the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's hype. Don't get me wrong. But I want you to win it, but I just don't want you to win it. I'm sorry, man. Some people like Tebow, some people like Sanchez. As far as a player, but I like the fact that you consistently place.
My problem is this. Final round, I didn't know the Cabal matchup. UFGT, didn't know the Cabal matchup. I won Arena. I won Midwestern Championship, but I might as well call that a local. 5th place, my arrogance got in the way at Anaheim MLG. And then Evo, I was up on Carl 1-0, and then my arrogance got in the way. And then I thought I knew the Cyrex matchup, which I did by beating DJT twice at Arena and at Dallas, but I did not know the Maxter matchup. And now so I've taken care of Cabal's not a problem. I'm not worried about Cabal. It's the last character I'm worried about. So it's just been a process with me fixing things slowly. But I'm pissed because I haven't been fixing them fast enough. Like that UFGT thing should have never happened. Me losing the Juniors Cabal should never happen at Evo.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But I got third, first, second. So it's whatever. But I'm not happy until and see the funny thing is, this is funny. Like on TYM, you got Rio and Perfect Legend, two of the most accomplished players in the community. Yet, I think I'm now leading the vote of the most sought-out player to defeat. That's so. I mean, I'll take that as major respect.
But that's what I was saying about PL before. You know what? And I'm going to tell it straight to you. Your vocalization is what makes, and obviously your performance, but your vocalization is what makes people go, I want to fucking beat this asshole. And the fact that that you're sought after, but you're embracing it.
Oh no, I love it. Like I love it, and it doesn't matter if I go to Frosty Fallacies this weekend and go 0-2. It'll piss me off more for the next major, and if I go 1-2 that major, it'll piss me off even more for the next major. So piss off means I just work harder. So I mean, and the funny thing is, and every tournament has gotten worse and worse and worse. Not worse, I should say harder and harder, because everyone is looking at film and footage and studying and planning and this and that. So which is cool because it just pushes me to get better. Like I'm looking at stuff harder. I mean, if people think that if they're going to just throw a fucking Cyrex at me this weekend and win, big news for you guys. It ain't going to work. If people think they're going to throw their goddamn 1 month, 2 month, 5 month Kung Lao at me at this weekend, good luck, guys, because I'm working overtime on planning for you people. So I am coming on a mission. I'm not coming to make friends. I'm coming with an attitude. I'm pretty pissed off. So... And I love being pissed off because that means I'm going to play well. So I'm coming to Frosty Faustings and some others upcoming, and I'm looking to embrace the hate. I like it.
Cheech says like you're not, but and this is the funny part. You're kind of like Shang a little bit in the aspect. You're not a villain, but you're a villain.
I like being it. It's cool. I mean, I'll be whatever the community wants me to be.
You're not exactly. I mean, it's not like you're out fucking robbing little kids, fucking lollipop type of villain. But the bad guy. It's fun to be the bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, something that gets me off. I get off after beating the shit out of a Cabal player, and they run to another character. Are they bitch and moan and say the matchup is in Kenshi's favor or 5-5? Like, I'm not going to name players that have done that, who play Cabal. I've got 3 in my mind who are top players. I love that shit. I love it. And I won't describe it, but it just pumps me up even more. That I piss them off so much that they can't beat me with the number 1 character and they're a top player. So it is what it is. And I know they're going to practice harder and harder and more with it. I'll tell you, man, I'm not fucking around. I'm ready to go to Chicago this weekend. So... looking forward to a lot of Cabal Cyrexes and Laos, and throw in your reptiles and smokes. Bring it. I don't want any katanas or cages. Give me the hardest shit.
So what you're saying is katanas are cake?
The fact of the matter is, it's an unfair matchup. It's 8-2 matchup. It's 8-2 against Cage. It's 8-2 against most characters in this game. However, Kenshi has a lot of problems with a lot of other characters. It's just taken the community almost as long as it's taken the Scarlet players to be relevant at the tournaments. Like, learning the anti-Kenshi matchup is about the same thing as learning how to play Scarlet well in tournaments. It's taken a long time. Now, I will say this. The Pocket Laos have caught up a little bit, but I feel like I've taken care of some of the things that bothered me. And, I don't know, just the best way to look at it. I'm just ready to get. I wish it was tonight, man. Like I just want to play.
So now Cage. So what do you think your Cage matchup's gonna look like? Because you know you're eventually gonna be facing Dizzy.
I mean, if I were Dizzy, I'd pick another character. But I love Dizzy. Dizzy's a great guy, great player, great competitor. His Cage is the only number one Cage. If any Cage is going to beat me, it's going to be him. So, and if he did beat me, I would want him to enjoy it. I'd want him to expand. And that's another thing. Like if 16-Bits Katana beat me, I'd want him to enjoy it. I'd want him to just jump through windows of glass, exploding. I want that because the thing about it is, when I do that to people that I'm targeting, I mean, I'm going to do it, so it's fair game. So we should embrace that.
Now let me ask you this: I had an argument. Hey, Mr. Natus, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, we had an argument the other night. In fact, Trey Pound was in it. Let me get your take on this.
That was last night.
It's last night. This morning, actually. This morning, actually. One of the things that turned me off personally, and I love the Dominican brothers, is just getting up on stage while somebody's playing, even though you got your headsets on, and this side coaching thing. Does that bother you at all? Do you, or does anybody else that's in the chat find? I don't know. I gotta say, I give full respect to 16-Bit. I think he's the first and only person I ever heard call a fucking timeout during a match, which is actually an established MLG rule.
That was tight.
And he was, and I was just like, oh shit! Somebody actually like maybe read at least 2 pages of the rule of the 3-page rule book.
I did. I knew that rule when he called it. Someone said it behind me at Dallas, and they're like, "Can he do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I read the rules. He can do this. It's a good move."
But now, what's your take and being competitive? And I'm not even talking about the competitive side. What is your take on side coaching?
I don't want anyone coaching me. I mean, like me personally, I don't want anyone coaching me. I feel like if I can't do it myself, then I don't want to be there. I feel like if I feel like I need help or advice, like and you know the funny thing is, there's been a lot of times where you hear people in the crowd do this, pick blah blah blah, you know, and it's like I don't know, man. It's just like whatever. It's kind of funny, and who would coach me? Like who would coach me? That's funny because when I go to tournaments, for the most part, I go alone.
You're being rooted against anyway.
I mean, that's another thing. Like when you think about it, like take the Dallas top 8 for example. You had 2 people who lived together, 2 brothers who lived together, 2 brothers who lived together, and then me and Rio. Now Rio's got his New York people, and I've got who?
You need a sidekick. Sal just said it. You need like a little blind midget Kenshi running around with you or something, like a mini Kenshi.
Yeah, my trusted coaches can't travel, and the people who I really admire and respect and would want coaching me are the ones out to destroy me. So it's not going to work. Like, and so when I go into these tournaments, I do always have that always outnumbered, never outgunned philosophy, and I always say that. Like, I always kind of go into tournaments like this. I'm like, always, you know, you're always outnumbered, but you're never outgunned. Go in there and do it. You know, whatever. Fuck them. And that's the attitude I go into. I just go into the tournaments. I'm like, all right, Sal says he can be that guy. I don't know, Sal. I got a feeling that Arizona, West Coast, Detroit. I mean, not Detroit. Texas. I actually call Texas Detroit. That's funny. And New York. And I think everyone just wants to. I don't know. I would like Sal as my go-to guy. I like Sal. Sal rocks.
Sal could be a go-to guy. You need that. But you know what? I don't mind. You know, from the crowd. You know, people saying, "Hey, Pig, do this," and "Hey, Pig, do this." But and I told Junior this too. I told him it pissed me the fuck off when he like got up on the stage. I think he was playing you. I think Maxter was playing you, and he's getting up on the stage. Hija de puta maricón, and he's yelling at him.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's not. You're saying it's fine because it's because it's you. But I'm just saying in general. Like, all right, for example, there's 2 parts of MLG that pissed me off. One was 3 really. That team disaster, and the first one was when PL played CD Junior in Columbus, and it was a money match, and everybody was taking bets, and I bet this one dude. And, here's MLG, who, I know everybody thinks I can't stomach, which is partially true. But they're trying to run a show that's say PG-13, you know, and here's a guy who just made, you know, $200 in bets, and now he's running out there saying, "Come on, PL, make fucking CD Junior take that big nigga dick," and I'm going, dude, really? Like, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like you're in a crowd of fucking 250,000 people at a stadium here. You know, you're in a crowd of 40, 50 people sitting watching this thing. You know, and it kind of goes hand in hand with like the Capcom world. You know, we gotta police ourselves to you know, and I love the fact. I mean, yeah, I kind of started turning people into hoodlums with the hoodies. But like Max used to come to the tournament dressed up like this with a collared shirt. I was like, wow, you know what? It was like a respectable thing. But then, of course, you know, lights bother you, people bother you. So, you know, it's a good way to focus stuff out. But we gotta, as a community, for us to grow, we can't allow ourselves to become that shit talk that the Street Fighter world does. You know, where you have 100 black kids turning around saying, you know, "Oh, what's wrong?" And then you have a little white kid going, "I'm not a real nigga." You know, I mean, it was a funny video, you know, but it's like we gotta try and keep ourselves, if we want to grow, a sense of professionalism, I guess.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, as much as this esports universe is slowly growing. In order to grow with it, you got to actually grow with it. We can't stay the same and just think it's going to be, you know, all of a sudden tomorrow, Razor's going to turn around to you and go, "Here's a check for fucking $300,000. You know, it don't work that way. You know, nor is it going to attract other people. I mean, if we want to look like NASCAR fucking cars with freaking, you know, Tide detergent and fucking Tampax tampons slapped all over shirts and shit, they want to know that they're going to be represented in a certain light.
Yeah.
You know,
no, I agree.
You know, and until that happens.
Yeah, James, I'm sorry. I just realized the time, like, now. It's actually, we're 1 hour ahead of you guys, so I got to hit the bed.
Are you an hour ahead of us? It's good.
Yeah, actually.
That's good.
Gross.
Until you guys switch to daylight savings times and the clock moves back, then we're at the same time again.
Okay.
Yeah, but for now, in the natural order of things, I am an hour ahead of you.
All right,
so.
sir, do me a favor. Put up in the chat, put up the video, because I can't run your song because you got to put that stuff with the stupid fucking music that's copyrighted. And then I got to Natus cut it on me, and I got to hear the editing process.
No problem. I got it right here.
And while I'm doing that, I can do this and say, guys, you know, obviously VXG, what's your next MK qualifier?
Next MK qualifier is going to be Winter Brawl, February the 24th and 25th, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it 23rd and 24th? Something like that. That weekend. That's the next MK qualifier. Winner of that gets all expense paid trip to VXG. If Rio was to win that tournament, he already qualified, so it would go on to the next person. Same thing for CD Junior, because Rio actually gave his qualifying spot to CD Junior, so it would also pass on if either of those guys win. So, yeah, make sure you check out that tournament. The third Mortal Kombat qualifier we haven't announced yet. But we will mid-January. So other than that, MK9 is going to be the tournament for MK9 next year is going to be VXG. You guys got to come out to this tournament. No, it's going to be amazing. The amount of stuff we got going on and the people who are going to be partnering for this, it's going to be amazing. So I really hope you guys make it out. And as always, lots of fun coming on. I shall catch you guys soon.
All right, sir. I'll probably catch you. I'm sure you'll want to pop on next week.
Anything I missed, I'll catch it on YouTube. Oh, yeah. That'll be awesome.
And until then, guys, like I said, VXG, July 20... I mean, technically, shouldn't I say the 24th, just so you get down there to try and get drunk first?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to say...
Minimum days would be the 25th to the 28th.
Yeah,
if you want to catch the money matches and the tournament, it's it's Thursday to Sunday. That's really how it's. Because Thursday night is when the exhibition matches happen, and then the tournament itself is Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
So.
All right, guys.
Yep.
So be sure you put the link up in there. Check out the advert for that.
Right.
Make sure you guys get down there.
At the end of that ad, you're gonna see there's another sweepstakes we're doing where you can tweet to VXG with the hashtag that's listed there, and there's another way that someone's gonna win a trip to VXG. We're gonna put those names into a lottery, and at Winter Brawl, I'm gonna pick the winner live on stream. So. If you haven't done that already, go ahead. It's as simple as just following us and sending a tweet. So check out the trailer and then join the sweepstakes.
All right, sir. It's always a pleasure, and I will catch you next week. Yep. And guys, make sure you get down there to St. Martin. It is, in my opinion, going to be the Evo, the true Evo of at least MK. That's all I'm going to speak for at this moment. But I obviously see it being more so than that. I also have to ask Pig while I have him here, because 16-bit wants answers. The first one is, would you rather lose to Katana or Johnny Cage?
I would say Johnny Cage.
And if, what's the other one here? Tom Brady or Waffles?
I would say Waffles.
Really?
And I'll go ahead and say this. I guess I'll make this public now. Wait, do you need for anyone who picks Kung Lao on me, and I beat them in a tournament for the rest of MK9's eternity, I have guaranteed and promised myself a pop-off greater than all others that I've ever done in my life. Per Kung Lao.
Damn.
Period. It will be.
Why Kung Lao?
It will be because if they can't beat me in his worst matchup, then I'm gonna make sure I'm fucking unbearable.
Wait, so Kung Lao's worse than Cabal for you?
Whoa, hold on a second. Yes, Kung Lao is unquestionably his worst matchup. Unquestionably is Kenshi's worst matchup. I've said that. I posted it. I've said it for months. But seriously, if any Kung Lao, I mean, it's just and like if you're a Kung Lao main, then I mean I understand that's your character. But what I'm talking about is people I know who do not use Kung Lao, like people who all of a sudden pick him up for that Kenshi matchup. I'm like, all right, let's go. So it's a guaranteed absolute fireworks. I will probably smash a controller on a wall. I will do the most fireworks anyone has ever seen, because I want to be unbearable, because if I have to deal with something unbearable, they're going to have to deal with something unbearable. Period. And with that, I'm out of here. See you guys at Frosty. Later.
All right, man.
All right.
Hit and run. Pig don't want to discuss it, man. 16, you should get on here now. You can counteract it. You'll force him back on, trust me. He don't go too far. Hey, Sonic and Khaotic, you guys want to get on?
They said yeah.
Yeah, let me get you on there. Actually, no, it's not Sonic Lee. It's, fucking, what the hell is his name again? I want to get Khaotic first. Why am I not finding these? I can't. Guys, do me a favor. Send me a message so I can add you in, because I got so many fucking people in this list I can never siphon through it. All right, perfect. Okay, that's one. Boom. You do the conference. Where are you? Shit. It's so hard to remember names, dude. Okay, and where's the next one? Where's little Shao Kahn? Hit me up. What's up there, sir?
Oh, what's up, guys?
Waiting for little Shao Kahn to come on, but he hasn't messaged me yet.
He's under what's the name again?
He's got like Christian.
McCain.
There we go. I got him. There we go. He's such a good boy, Christian boy. Where is he? With his little potty mouth. Christian, boom. There we go. Boom.
Let's see if we get it. Come on.
All right. So before we start,
question.
What's that? What was that?
Hello.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, come on.
Hello.
We hear you.
Hello.
What's that?
No, wait, I gotta turn my volume. 1 second.
Yeah, turn your volume off.
I gotta turn the volume.
Yeah, turn the volume. We hear you. We hear you.
Hello.
We hear you.
Hello. No, we hear you echoes.
Alright, I turned it back up. Wait, I gotta turn the volume. 1
I hear all your
Alright,
echoes. I hear you echoing a million times. Turn the stream off.
No. Okay. It is. I have it low now.
Okay.
Okay, I can hear myself now.
All right. So I'm still hearing myself.
Test.
Test. Okay, we're better.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So first thing I want, I have to throw back out at 16-bit. You know, when we mentioned that bounties, and he thought I was going to pay up a bounty for something. I never made a bounty. Were you not, or were you paid for your the On Blast Show tournament win? McLean?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm, like, paying attention to something. I'm
Well,
sorry.
you shouldn't be paying attention. Right now, the most important thing in your life is focusing on me.
I like days off. I'm so tired.
Were you not paid for your wins and paid with a trophy?
Yes, I was paid.
Okay.
Thank you.
I always pay my men 16-bit. Just keep that in mind. Next,
Alright, we got your back.
what is you and Khaotic's squabble?
Squabble, define squabble.
What is your bickering that you want me to bring to light?
Oh, that wasn't for Khaotic as in him. That was for,
It's
like,
not this chaotic. It's some other chaotic. That's why I'm trying to like make people know it's not this chaotic.
Wait, how many different
How many
chaotics are there?
Khaotics are there?
Oh, there's a chaotic clan online, and it's a chaotic like what? Like, chaotic is just chaotic, and there's another chaotic where it's like chaotic rush, chaotic midnight, chaotic mildew, like clan name.
Oh, so clan Khaotic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clan.
Wait,
Flash.
I saw you guys mentioning something happened with the clan wars. Someone cheated or
Yeah.
something. Can you guys explain that?
Okay. Apparently there was a war between Killers and Chaotic, and there was someone in the Chaotic clan who had left the clan before the war even started, and during that war they asked that person to come back and play in that war while he wasn't even in that clan, and Chaotic ended up winning with that person, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like fucked up.
Now, who was the person's name?
Chaotic Lunar or something like that.
Yeah.
Isn't Lunar like the head person of the clan?
No, that's
chaotic boss.
Chaotic bosses. Because
Mhm.
I had Lunar trying to recruit me before. He's a very good player, I have to admit.
Yo, I want to make my own. I'm gonna make a new clan for online, and I want to come up. Like my name is gonna be like the motherfucking rapist of millions of fucking people. That's gonna be
too
the
long.
name of-
Nobody's gonna
Can
support
that
that
even
name.
fit?
I don't know. So we'll call it the MF.
Nah, just stick to OBS, bro. We don't need more than one. We don't need the subdivision of OBS.
It's almost as bad as Rio's EMP, ESD, STD, LCD.
I'm the one that hurt the SCD.
So now, wait. Now you guys talk about Chaotic and Lunar. Why did Chaotic and Lunar leave the clan?
we don't know why he left the. I don't know why he left the clan.
He just did, kind of.
Yeah, but then
Interesting.
apparently
No,
they put up a video saying that when he came back to play in the war, they said that he did that for a favor for Chaotic Boss or something like that. So
Well, did the
Chaotic Boss
turnout?
doesn't
Well,
look
here's the
fair
question for you:
player.
did the turnout work in their favor or no?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, that's
yeah,
not good.
Yeah.
Chaotic
they
won.
definitely-
That's not good. You know, I mean that's that's some ghetto ass crap. You know, that's shenanigans.
Chaotic Clan has way too many salty scrubs, okay? Look, so like, about yesterday, 2 days ago, I go over to King of the Hill. I see this guy named Khaotic Rush. We have bad relations, cause one day.
How do you have bad relations with anybody?
I don't know. Look, he's the type of player who can't take a loss. Okay. So I came into King of the Hill one day. First time I met him, he was at first his name was FDR Rush. So I fight his cabal. It's not really all that good, but I fight his cabal. He's like talking crap because I sound like a little kid, and he thinks I'm free. So I go up there, I beat him.
Let me just question you something. You are a little kid.
And you still do sound like a little one.